changed somewhat. Paul joined quite soon after the meeting at the St. Peter's Church Hall here. Pete shot and hung up his washboard, went off to become a multi-millionaire. Still, no, that's not safe. Nearly dropped me in it then. Rod went off to higher education and higher things. Len became very ill with tuberculosis meningitis, wasn't it? Something? Yeah. He was in a coma for many weeks, and he's only just coming out of it, actually.
You wait.
And by then we'd actually met George, so for quite a while it was John, Paul and our dearly departed Eric Griffiths and myself. But then we met George Harrison, and Eric Griffiths went on to the Merchant Navy and George joined us. So it was John, Paul, George and myself. And occasionally these guys like to tell people it was known as a Fab 3½. I don't quite know what they're getting at, but there you go. But in 1958, John was playing with the group at the time, because if we went to a venue where there was a piano, he could join the group. Obviously he couldn't cast his piano on a double-decker bus, could he, John? But it was difficult. It was bad enough with drums and washboard and teacher space in the early days.
You can never get that on the mix.
But the lads found out that there was a recording studios in Kensington and Liverpool run by a guy called Percy Phillips, and for a small fee you could actually go down and make a record. So we went down to Percy Phillips Studios to make this record, which we already knew was going to cost us 17 shillings and 6pence in old money. So that was 3 shillings and 6pence each between the 5 of us. So when we arrived at Percy Phillips Studios, Percy Phillips said the best thing to do is to record you on a reel-to-reel tape. Then I can edit the tape and put it onto the vinyl. And John said, how much was that going to cost us? And Percy Phillips said, that would be £1. And John and Paul went white with fright, and John said, there's no way we're paying £1, because that would have meant another 6pence each, and that would have broken a pair of them, considering how rich they ended up. But at least we walked out of there with a record, which did survive. And when they brought the anthology out, they put that track on the anthology. The second track on the anthology is Buddy Holly, That'll Be the Day, and one that Paul had written called In Spite of All the Danger. So the Apple people phoned me up and said, as you contributed 3 and 6 to make the record, we're going to put it onto the anthology, and you're more than entitled to your 3 and 6 packs. So I got about 7 and 6 off them. Thank you.
Very well done. It looks well on the book.